All about Korea. How much do you know about Korea? Do you know how to exactly explain where Korea is? Do you know how big or small Korea is? Do you think Korea is a rich country or a poor country? Having a big picture knowledge of Korea will help you with learning the Korean language. First of all, Korea is located in Asia. It is located at the easternmost part of Northeast Asia. It is about 6,600 miles away from this part of the US and takes about 11 hours by plane. Korea is referred to as the Korean Peninsula, and this is because it is surrounded by 3 seas. You know what peninsula means, right? It refers to land that is surrounded by the ocean on its 3 sides. You might have heard of the Scandinavian Peninsula, Alaska Peninsula, and Balkan Peninsula. These 3 pieces of land are surrounded by water on 3 of its sides, so they are called peninsulas. Korea also has the West Sea, South Sea, and East Sea, so it is often referred to as the Korean Peninsula. But currently, Korea is divided into 2 countries. Essentially, it is divided into North and South. Following World War II, the Cold War caused Korea to be divided into North and South. The size of the land in the North is slightly larger than the South. North Korea is a communist country, while South Korea is a democratic one. And usually, if one says Korea, one is referring to South Korea only. As of today, the US and North Korea do not have diplomatic ties and are in a hostile relationship. North and South Korea are brothers, but due to ideological differences, they are essentially in a hostile state. Most of the northern border of the Korean peninsula is connected to China, and a small part of it is touching Russia. The capital of South Korea is Seoul, and the capital of North Korea is Pyongyang. South and North Korea, of course, share the same bloodline and uses the same Korean language. But since the division of the two in 1945, North Korea has continued a very disconnected governance and especially no ties with the US, which makes it common for us to say Korea to refer to South Korea. So you can think that almost 99% of the people who are Korean are from South Korea. The formal name of South Korea is Republic of Korea. The national flower is the Rose of Sharon, and the national flag is called Taegukgi. The 4 seasons in Korea are distinct. Usually, March, April, and May are the spring months, and in these months, the flowers bloom and the weather becomes warmer and calmer. June to August is summer, and there's a lot of rain and is hot. September, October, and November are the fall months, and it's nice and cool during these months, making it good for outdoor activities. And December, January, and February are the winter months, in which the weather is cold and there is snow. Like this, Korea has 4 very distinct seasons, which brings diverse types of activities per season, and the tourists are also different based on which season it is. The total size of the Korean peninsula, as in the size that includes both South and North Korea, is 87,000 square miles. This makes it the 86th biggest country in the world as of 2019, according to the Wikipedia. When you compare the Korean peninsula to the US, it is only 2.3% of the US. Yes, that's right, 2.3. That's very small, isn't it? When compared just with the state of California, it is only about half the size of California. And if only South Korea were to be compared, it is even smaller. So that makes South Korea only about a quarter of California. So if you only count South Korea's land, it is 110th in the world, according to the World Factbook published by the Central Intelligence Agency. But also about 70% of all of the Korean peninsula is mountainous. This makes it not favorable for farming or for living. Because there are so many mountains, you can see mountains from pretty much anywhere in the country. This is why one of the more popular pastimes of Koreans is hiking, also because it is good for one's health. One interesting fact related to the size of the Korean peninsula is that even though the land itself is so small, the economy of South Korea is massive. As of 2017, South Korea ranks in the world's 14th place in terms of its economy, according to the World Factbook of CIA. It's true that a country does not have to be a big-sized land in order for its economy to be big, but it is obvious that there needs to be a lot of land space and population number to have a high productivity. But for a country that ranks 110th place in terms of its land size in the world, it's having the 14th place for its economic power is quite remarkable. The land of Korea is quite small when compared to the US, but the population is big in comparison to its area. According to one statistics from 2018, there are 52 million people in South Korea and 25 million in North Korea. As you can see, the population density is very high in South Korea. It is especially high in Seoul, as there are 9,770,000 people living in Seoul, and this is one of the highest population density, being 8 times higher than New York and 3 times higher than Tokyo. The history of Korea spans 5,000 years. This makes Korea one of the oldest countries in the world. China also has a long history of 5,000 years, but the history of England is 2,800 years. Germany, 2,000 years, and the US was founded in 1776, making it not even 300 years old. Compared to this, Korea indeed is an old country. With this long history, there's a lot that Koreans are proud of. But if we were to focus only on things that are more recent, Korea has K-pop that is very popular, with BTS and Psy and some of the more well-known musical groups in recent days. Samsung is a company whose household appliances such as refrigerator, washing machine, and TV are found in many American homes. Car companies Hyundai and Kia are also Korean companies. Korea is especially known for its developed IT. The number of people per population that own a smartphone is the highest in the world as of 2018, and also number 1 are ranking in the internet speed, Wi-Fi usage, and mobile banking. Meanwhile, the grand slam of hosting international sporting events is if a nation hosts the Winter Olympics, Summer Olympics, FIFA World Cup, and the World Championships in athletics. Korea, with its hosting of the 2018 Pyeongchang Winter Olympics, was able to achieve this grand slam. Other countries with such record is Italy, Germany, Japan, France, and Russia. And not even the US has a grand slam. But with its co-hosting of the 2026 World Championships in athletics, the US will have a grand slam as well. I hope that your learning of the Korean language will become even more interesting and effective after gaining these basic background information about Korea.